Hi, my friend Aurore Jones here from my home office in the UK. In today's webinar, you're going to learn how to get more exposure and how to use the industry leaders to leverage their success for you to get more exposure as well. So now I was meant to attend a webinar, but I was absolutely exhausted, tired. I've been spending a lot of time in Paris and I came back absolutely exhausted. So you won't see me in the webinar, but you are going to love the information being shared by my good friend who is now part of the mastermind team as an admin, Carrie Wilson. So without further ado, watch the rest of the video. You are going to like it. And take action today to join us today in the Mastermind Fever team to get a mastermind partner or to get more exposure and to start doing something great to grow your business. Aurore Jones, take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is Lydia Brown from LydiaJBrown.com and co-founder of the Mastermind Fever Group. My mastermind partner, Aurore Jones, she sends a hiya. I love it when she says that. She's not feeling well today, so have her in your heart today, and hopefully she'll feel better tomorrow. But we have an awesome webinar, as usual. For those of you who are with us for the first time, Mondays at 8 p.m. EST, the Mastermind Fever Group has webinars and Hangouts, Google Plus Hangouts. We usually get together to discuss some growth development, share personal mindset information. We do training related to traffic generation, lead generation, social media marketing, and we try to address trainings based on the feedback we get from our group members. So if you're not a part of the Mastermind Fever group, go to the events where you found the registration link and post so we can add you to the group. Just post a comment that you'd like to be a part of the group. It's a pitch-free group based on the mastermind principles of Napoleon Hill. We have had great results with people teaming up and joint venturing and becoming great mastermind partners, achieving a lot of level of growth in their businesses and personal development. Tonight, one of the Mastermind Fever group members and admin is Carrie. How do you pronounce your middle name? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's my maiden name.
DeGraw?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I want to say it right. I can mess up a name.
Carrie
DeGraw Wilson.
Yeah.
And she's going to be sharing some wonderful tips and information. If you've ever wondered how to get exposure and how to get yourself noticed by leaders in the industry, because I can tell you when you can do that, that is awesome and powerful. People will want to know, oh, what are you doing? How come this person knows you, paying any attention to you? That's why all those pictures you see when people attend live events gets them so much traffic to their fan pages and leads to their business. And I'm so happy to have Carrie presenting this, because for some it is sort of a mystery. So without further ado, because we believe in starting on time, Carrie DeGraw Wilson, I'm going to turn it over to you, and thank you so much for being with us. And I'm going to mute myself out, okay?
Sounds good. And just let me know if you see my presentation when I get it up there.
Okay, I sure will.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for having me on here. It's been really fun. This whole mastermind group has been amazing. And
hold on a minute, Carrie. Do you have your page up?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It's just me.
Okay.
Do you see me?
I see you.
Perfect. Okay. I'll put it up right now, though. So anyway, I want to encourage you guys, anybody who's on here, if you have not found yourself a mastermind partner yet, I suggest you do so. It is definitely a life changer. And, you know, it's always good to have someone to bounce ideas off of. And it's just, yeah, it'll increase your business exponentially. It really, really will. I've been internet marketing for about 6 months, and really it wasn't until the end of November, beginning of December, that I really started seeing growth in me personally, and indirectly it affected my business, or I guess actually directly it would affect my business. And just having that mastermind partner, Marva Cook is my partner, and we've been just like family. It's been amazing. So thanks for the group, and thanks Aurora and Lydia for providing such a great community. It's awesome.
You're quite welcome, and we can see your screen.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to start just by giving a little bit of a disclaimer. This is just my opinion. I am by no means a guru in this, and I am no means claiming to be an expert in any area yet. I'm still new. I've learned lots, and I feel that I have value to give out, but I am in no means you know, a guru in this area. So these are just my opinions, things that have worked for me, that have helped me advance my business. So I hope that you get some value out of this. So how this actually came about and how I actually met Aurora is I seen her on Jessica Higdon's presentation inside a course that she was promoting, and I reached out to Aurora to actually ask for her permission to use her in this presentation, because I had already been starting to work on the presentation based on my experiences, but having her and reaching out to her and actually asking her to be an example inside my presentation, that's where that communication and that relationship started. So I did ask for her permission to use her in my slide, but we'll start. So who am I? Who's Carrie Wilson? Carrie DeGraw Wilson actually is just my Facebook name, because of course there's 1,000 million Carrie Wilsons, and I had to stick my maiden name in there in order to make my profile. So Carrie Wilson, you can look me up. I'm a retired licensed practical nurse. I was nursing for about 20 years, but I've always kind of been an entrepreneur at heart. And this past April, I was laid off from my position as a teacher in the nursing profession, and I decided at that time not to go back. I was introduced into the internet marketing field back maybe in June, I guess, May, June, and I fell in love with it, and I thought, this is where my passion is. But again, and we'll get into a little bit of stories about my entrepreneurship, but yeah, I retired from nursing, and now I'm just doing this full time, and I'm absolutely loving it. I have a wonderful husband who's very supportive, thank God, because I'm sure he would have left a long time ago. I've been in multi-level marketing companies throughout my my life, especially my married life, and we've got Tupperware and candles and all sorts of things stocked away still. And he's been very, very patient, so I'm very grateful for him. I'm also a mother of 4 kids, 3 girls and a boy, and the light of my life is my 2 beautiful granddaughters. And of course, I can say that, we all say that as grandparents, that we have the best looking ones. So again, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I was always coming up with all these harebrained, crazy ideas, and some of you guys who are on here may know some of them. So I was always kind of inventing a way to be my own boss, to create an income and create a place in the online business or the home-based business arena. I made jewelry, just all sorts of things, but nothing really stuck. I gave up, didn't really have the support, didn't have the skills, the training and stuff, and since starting online, it's changed so dramatically. So until this summer, I majored in starting and I minored in finishing, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can resonate with this. I started a ton of things, never finished, mostly because I never seen success. You know, there is such a stigma attached to owning your home business or your own business, multi-level marketing, all those things that it's an overnight success, you can get rich quick, and that's what I clung to for the longest time. So if I didn't see success in something after a few months, I quit. So you can't be doing that. So now, after joining a couple of the programs that I'm in and just getting involved in community, I now have a clear vision of where I'm going. I have a belief that it will happen, and until you have that belief in you, it probably won't happen. You need to believe that what you're doing is going to make you successful, and that alone will make you successful. So what do I do now? So I'm an internet marketer, I'm an offline marketer. A lot of you guys have offline businesses as well. Tonight's lesson mainly is dealing with how to get noticed online, but it can spill over into your offline marketing as well, and I'll show you how in a sec here. I've been a coach for a couple people, which I've only been in the business for 6 months, but let me tell you, people reach out to you as soon as you start getting noticed. And so I've had the opportunity to coach people from India, from Africa, like all over the globe. People are reaching out to me, asking me, what do you do? Can you give me some help? And that is motivation. That's what steers me to keep going in the same path that I'm going. I know now that I'm on the right path and I can offer value and help other people. So what will be covered in this webinar? So basically tonight we're going to talk about how creating and leveraging an effective brand is so important for your business, and I'm going to kind of show you how to do that. And I know some of you guys on here have already done that, but there's a few things that I see out there that still could be tweaked a little bit, so hopefully that'll help. The importance of subscribing to email lists, and by this one I mean the leaders lists, getting your name out there, looking for support, and getting some of that free training that they offer to their lists. How to reach out to the industry leaders. And this is a big one, and we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to there. Proper etiquette for interacting on the leaders' Facebook pages, the blogs, webinars, all that kind of stuff. It's very important that you know how to interact on there. Actually, today I got a status update from Todd Falcone, and he's been having a lot of this lately. It seems a lot of his Facebook statuses actually have, you know, why do people want to pitch in on my page? You know, they put their links in, and you know, it's just, there's some do's and don'ts to do, and we'll go over those. How can you go from just a follower to being a leader yourself? You do not want to be a follower for your whole career. You want to quickly transition from a follower into a leader for yourself. It'll help boost your business for sure. So I'm going to talk about some self-sabotaging thoughts. And these are things that I've thought. Like, this is a totally how I started my career, and tips and things that I had to get over myself in order to make that next step towards success in my business. So we tend to run from those we see as famous. And I have a couple stories that we'll get into, but I had an opportunity to Skype with Nick Hobner, and some of you guys may know him, some of you guys may not, but if you don't, I'll have his name up in a further slide so you can actually look him up, because he's really good to follow. And his emails, if you get on his email list, they're hilarious, but they're also full of content.
Excuse me a minute, Carrie. Yes. Someone posted that they cannot see the screens, they're not changing.
Okay, let me just...
I see who was Carrie.
Oh dear. Well, at least you can hear me at least. Let me just try to get rid of some of the stuff here. Sometimes I was having this problem the other night. I'll just screen share again. Sorry.
I was on with someone the other night, and they were having the same problem for the whole webinar. Tunnel time.
Perfect. Okay, do you see my screen now?
I see leveraging the industry leaders.
Has it changed?
Who is Carrie?
And do you see this other one?
What will be covered?
Yep, perfect. Okay. And you see all the things coming up?
Yes. Let me see.
Perfect. Okay. Great. Yeah.
Can you see? Can you all? Let me ask them. Can you see the screen?
And there's such a delay, hey? So by tomorrow, I'll know if you guys see my screen.
Okay. Someone posted they could see it now, so I'm going to go back and mute myself so it'll stay up.
Sounds good. Sorry about that, guys. I know sometimes switching from screen share and then you pull up your slides, I don't know, somehow it loses connection somewhere, so needed to do it again. So, so I was able to reach out through, I think I introduced myself to him and was asking him a question or something. I needed to get out there, and I needed to connect with some people that have the success and were doing things that I wanted to do, and Nick Hobner was one of those ones. So anyway, it turned out we had a Skype appointment, and I felt like a little schoolgirl. I was so nervous, and I don't know why. Like, I mean, to him, and we'll go into this a little bit, like to him, I'm sure, like he knows, he's just a normal guy, but because I've seen so many of his videos all summer, you know, you get that familiarity with them, even though they have no clue who you are, but it feels like they're your best buddies. So a lot of times we are afraid to reach out to those leaders because we see them as being famous. We're intimidated by their presence. I don't know if some of you guys can resonate with this. And I remember the first time I got a text, I think it was a text from Cesar Rodriguez, and I ran into my husband's bedroom. He's talking to me, he's talking to me. So it's hilarious because they're so prevalent in the community only by their videos and by having their face out there, that they become this big, famous, like a celebrity. So anyway, that's not the case. They are just normal people. They've been where we've been. We feel unworthy to be in their circle. So again, we don't want to break into their circle because, oh, who are we to reach out to them? And, you know, they're too busy for little old me. We can't afford to play in their sandbox. This was a big one. If you cannot afford, I should back that up a little bit. We had a very tough financial summer, so, you know, we had to really scrape in order to invest in the business and getting education and stuff. But this is where it's going to really turn around for you, is you've got to get past the spending money on your education and your improving yourself. Sometimes success does not come free. Actually, most times it does not come free. So you need to get past that. We can afford to play in their sandbox. We may not be able to buy their big ticket items at the beginning, but you've got to get out there and you've got to play in their sandbox. That's all there is to it. So the truth is really they are people just like us, and from my experience, they do not see themselves as we see them. Like, again, we see them in the videos, on their webinars, they're hosting, we're reading their blogs. They become so built up, and we put them on this pedestal. Well, that's the last place most of them even want to be. Like, they don't want to. Diane Hockman, I think it was in one of our groups that I posted something like, she's the most inspiring person, blah, blah, blah. Well, I didn't know she was going to read it. And then next thing you know, like 5 minutes later, oh, I'm so humbled. Like, she doesn't see herself as that. She's very humble, and most of them are. So you got to get past that. Most offer free gold nuggets. If you just reach out and ask, a lot of them will actually give you tips. and tricks, and they will, you know, of course, they're not going to spill their whole systems and their whole, you know, five-step process on how to make, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars. You know, they hold on to those little ones for their inner circles, I guess you want to say, but they will help you if you ask. So although most offer paid products, they do have several free training products. YouTube, so many YouTube videos out there that each of them have done. You just got to find them. Get on their lists so that you can keep up to date with the webinars that they're hosting. This, again, is priceless. And this is a quote that I love to use. If you see purchasing products and investing in coaching as a negative, it simply means you do not believe you are worth the investment. And that's something that I really had to let sink in this summer. Like, if I want to get better at something, you can't start a job from scratch. Like, I went from nursing into internet. Like, I mean, I knew how to inject a nice little sleepy juice or feel good juice in someone's backside, but show me the backside of a computer and whatever, I had no idea. So you can't go from one job to another job without training. Like, that's just the way it is. And sometimes that training is free, but if you want to step it up, sometimes that training has to cost money, unfortunately. So we're going to talk a little bit about branding, and this is something like, I mean, there's tons of education out there on branding, but there is a few things that I learned differently that has really, really helped me. So hopefully this will, again, give you some value here. So what is personal branding? Personal branding is about identifying and then communicating what makes you unique to others. And this is especially for your target market. What are you going to teach them that someone else may not? You need to set yourself apart from the rest of the crowd. You want to create a mission statement. And this mission statement, generally it's a one little, maybe 2 or 3 sentences that has all of what you have to offer packed in there. So it highlights your skills, your passions, your strengths, your values, and then you're going to use this to actually separate yourself from the others in the industry. What makes you so unique? And again, a lot of you guys are thinking, well, I'm not unique. Well, each and every one of us is unique. We all have a different skill set that we can offer somebody. And just like us as learners learn very uniquely, us as teachers actually teach very uniquely. So you may be teaching the same thing as 5 other people, but someone is going to resonate with you specifically because of who you are. And I hope that makes sense. So once you've created your brand, you will want to use this brand in all of your marketing. And I'll go through how you can actually make this quite uniform. Your blogs, your ads, your Facebook profile, everything should be very, very across the board and very unison. And the one example that I have is Michelle and Bill Pescalito have the most uniform brand that I have seen. Like, I mean, even the color of the blue that she wears in their profile pictures, and some of you guys will understand this and know them. Even the blue, seeing the blue reminds me of Bill and Michelle now. So that's an effective brand. That when you can pick out a color and say, oh, that color looks like the color that Michelle's shirt is. You know, that is an effective brand. That's your goal. So this is going to make you more recognizable, and it's going to be way more effective for your success. So I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of a, oh, nope, that's on the next slide. So I've had people reach out, and one of you guys actually might be on here. I can't see the chat right now, but I've had people reach out to me simply because they've seen my face in other groups, and they're like, hey, you know, I've seen you before. I want to reach out to you. And the one story is a friend of mine and I are in the same offline company, and she's seen my profile picture in some of the other leaders groups. So she actually reached out to me, and we've become very good friends. So people will reach out to you because they see you. You automatically get that authority figure in their mind, even though I do not hold myself anywhere near that, but that's what they see. It is very important that when you are creating your brand that you do not attach yourself to your company. And this is a big mistake a lot of people make. You know, I see a lot of Facebook profile or the cover photos that have their businesses on them. What are you going to do if that business all of a sudden fails? You decide to leave it, or that the company folds, or whatever. You don't want your brand attached to any other company other than you. That way it's very transferable. You can take it anywhere you go with any business, right? So I hope you're seeing the power of that. So personal branding is very powerful because it sends a clear, consistent message about who you are and what you have to offer. A strong, authentic personal brand helps you become known for what you're good at, as well as sets you apart from everyone else, and can position you as a niche expert. And at the end of the day, that is what your brand is going to do for you. And we'll show you how that ties into using that the leaders to leverage your business. So this is my profile picture, and a lot of you guys have seen it all over the place. But I have a story behind it. I hate my picture being taken. And please raise your hands, comment in there if you are one of those people. You hate seeing yourself on camera. I've never felt comfortable, actually. So anyway, one day, I think it was about 2 months into my internet business, and people, you know, you're learning about branding and you're learning how important it is, and I thought, oh my goodness, okay, I've got to just get out there and I've just got to get it done. Like, I got to get it done. So what I did was I went and got my hair cut. I got my daughter to do my hair and makeup, and my suggestion to you is if someone does your makeup, and especially if it's someone that you love and trust, that, you know, they're not going to make you look like a fool in front of the camera, don't look at yourself in the mirror, because I tell you, they're going to put way more makeup on than you usually use. And that was the case with me. I thought, okay, no, I'm not even going to look, and let's just go out and let's get this picture taken. So she did my hair, she did my makeup. We went out, and we have a green space in our back, in our community, in our backyard kind of. And so we went outside, and we took about 80 pictures. And I just moved this way, that way, you know, looked at the camera, looked away from the camera, and we just had a blast. People walking past us, I'm sure, thought we were like absolutely insane. But out of those 80 pictures, finally, you know, you get one that you might like. So anyway, she'll probably kill me for showing this picture, but because, of course, people look better, this is my little thought, people look better on the down angle. So I had her, like the one picture of my profile picture, you can see the bridge on the other side, so we're kind of on a little walkway, and she's standing on almost the top of the bridge. She's 18, she can make her own decisions. I was not putting her in any harm, just a little FYI. But then I had her climbing trees. So anyway, it was just fun. It was really, really fun, and you've got to get out there, and it doesn't have to be expensive professional photos, but you want a photo that you are going to feel proud to have shown to the world, right? So you just got to go out there and get it done. So this is in your About section on your fan page or on your personal page. You want to make sure that you put your mission. And again, this was at the very beginning, and probably if I was to redo it, mine would be a little bit more robust, but being a newbie, I wasn't too sure on exactly what to write in my mission statement. But this is something that's so important, and And actually, a true about section should actually have your link to either a blog or somewhere, or your other fan page or your personal page should be the very beginning of that about section. But this is where you're going to want to put, what are you going to offer to somebody? Why should someone seek you out as opposed to someone else? You got to make it enticing. You want to build yourself up, and sometimes this is hard. The worst question in the world at an interview, and all of you guys can agree, is what are your strengths, right? So, but you have to build yourself up a little bit. Don't over-exaggerate, don't lie, but you have to think of your strengths and you have to relay that to your target market, or else you're not going to have people seeking you out. This is my profile, this is my blog profile picture, and there's a reason why I'm showing you all these, so just kind of hang tight. This was a picture that I took this past summer. I had my sister here. We went to the mountains, which is 30 minutes from my house, and we were taking pictures, and I love the mountains. You can see the mountains from my house, and we go there any chance that we get, and so I wanted, it represented to me how vast the world is and how small I am, and to me that was monumental, I guess. So this is kind of why I chose my my banner like that. But as you can see, I've used the same cover photo on my Facebook. So if somebody's looking for me, they may recognize me just because of the mountains, right? Like it's that association. This is another way that you can brand, and this is where this kind of spills off into offline marketing. You want to create something that you can hand out to people. Again, it's not going to be attached to any of your affiliates or any of your business, whether it's offline or online, but you want to have something that you can hand out to people so that they can contact you. So this is a postcard that I made, and on the front, for whatever reason, I couldn't get my mountains on there, and the beach, I am definitely living or aiming for that laptop lifestyle. Hopefully my husband and I are actually buying a house in somewhere warm soon, and I just love the beach, so that's why I chose the beach as opposed to the mountains. But anyway. My tagline at the top is bridging the gap between dreams and reality, because that's what I want to do. I want to take my dreams across the valley, from the beginning of my bridge to the end. I want to bridge that gap, so I decided to use that as my tagline. On the back, you're going to want to put what benefits someone's going to have to join your team, but again, you're not going to put anything business-wise, because as you can see from here, I could take this and I can transfer it to any single business that I'm doing. And I hope that makes sense. So this is where branding is going to, your branding online is going to kind of spill offline. And again, if someone sees my picture here in the postcard, it's going to be very easily recognizable online. Okay, so that's how you're going to make your brand uniform, so that people are going to recognize you no matter where they go. And again, if you want a good example of that, go type in Bill and Michelle Pesco-Solido. They have an excellent brand. I really, really like theirs. All right, so beautiful Aurora. I wish she was on with us. Social proof and how that works with branding and leveraging and all that kind of stuff. This is something that you're going to thrive for, is to get your name and get noticed out there so that people reach out. If I didn't see Aurora on that one program, I probably never would have reached out to her. Had I not reached out, I wouldn't have found the Mastermind Fever team. Had I not reached out and found the Mastermind team, I probably wouldn't be doing videos, and I probably wouldn't be in front of you guys right now. So you see how it all evolves around. You've got to get your name out there, and you've got to get seen, and you've got to get noticed while giving value. So she's, and again, this is how I kind of came across her. You know, once I knew that she was in Jessica's thing. I searched her out, and then I found out that she was kind of in the same company as me, so I reached out to her. So based on this experience, so this picture actually is a picture that she took with her social proof. So she was seen on Jessica's program. That's huge leverage, and she used it, and it worked for her. So she's conveying her results to Jessica, and Jessica in the end asked her to become a testimony, I guess, for her product. So that's how Aurore got that association with Jessica. So since that night, and this is coming from her, she's had multiple people searching her out and also signing up into her business just as a result of her face being out there and that association. This is a email that I got from Todd Falcone, and this was another one that I used for my social proof. I applied to be one of 25 people, and I'll just put this up here, a small group of 25 people to be a master, to go away for a weekend with Todd to have a mastermind training. And I was so excited when he emailed me this. And first of all, I guess it's a little bit of promoting, but forget the promoting side of things. But I was so impressed that he had tried our products and he liked them. And like, oh, I was so excited. So I put this on Facebook, and then I had people reach out to me saying, "Wow, you're gonna go see Todd? Oh, blah blah blah." Like that is leverage. So you're going to use that to your advantage. Following the session, I will leverage. Okay, so after my masterminding trip, it's coming up in the end of February, you are going to believe that I am going to be leveraging those pictures that I'm taking, and you see this all over the internet within our niche. People taking pictures of the big guys like Brian Finale, or you take pictures with these industry leaders, and you go and you post them everywhere. People will reach out to you, like just knowing that you've touched hands with someone in the industry automatically sets you aside from the others. So whenever you're attending events, seminars, it doesn't even have to be a big industry leader either. Like someone doesn't have to be huge in order to leverage them. It can be a big top earner in your offline MLM company. So, but any picture that you have of any type of speaking engagement you have done, any pictures that you have of a mastermind team meeting, anything, use that, put it on your social media sites. People love reality TV. They love to see and hear what people are doing that's exciting. So you're gonna want to make sure that you're using those to get your name out there and to entice people to reach out to you and ask questions. So you're going to make sure that you put those all on your social media sites. So the value of subscribing to the leaders' email lists. So the one benefit is that you're going to receive training and webinar invites. So if I was you, I would probably pick, and I have a list of my favorites on the next slide, but pick about 5 of the industry leaders that you really resonate with. Don't just go all willy-nilly and pick any leader. You're going to want to get on the lists of leaders who kind of either teach the way you teach or teach in your specific niche within the industry, but pick about 5 at the beginning, because you're going to get a lot of emails if you pick a whole bunch. Like, don't go all crazy, but pick 5 and start from there. Weed them out. If you're not seeing any benefit from being on their list, then you can unsubscribe and find another leader. But get in there, get there, and a lot of them, when you subscribe to their trainings, you actually get either like a bonus, a free ebook, or whatever. So gotta get on those lists. Another benefit is you're going to be up to date with what they're doing and how they promote and build their businesses. There's so many of the industry leaders right now that are doing launches of their own products. So get in there. You may even be able to get those products at a cheaper price because you're the first beta group, I guess you want to call it. You're going to rob and duplicate. So information given can be turned into value-rich blog posts, Facebook statuses, etc. So I have a swipe file or swipe copy file. So some of the emails that I love to listen, Nick Hogner's one and Diane Hockman, man, they're great copyrights and they have awesome emails. If you want to get onto anybody's list, you're going to want to get onto those too. And they're going to be listed in the next slide so you can write them down then. But you're going to want to use their information. You know, turn around. Like, I mean, you're not going to copy and paste it, obviously, because people will find out. But you're going to just change it, tweak it a little bit, reteach the information that they're giving to you. And we call that in the industry robbing and duplicating. They're going to provide you with motivation and inspiration. There's nothing like following someone who's been where you are and has surpassed all the obstacles and now seeing success. They're going to motivate you and they're going to inspire you to do the same. It allows you to reply back to ask questions and receive limited support. And I go back to this limited support because they're not going to give you all their trade secrets if you're not a paid follower. But you can ask little questions. Most of them will answer you. A lot of them don't use canned messages. They like to personally send out messages to their people. So you answer to those emails. And even if they are canned, they will still get the response. And for those of you guys who don't know what canned means, a lot of us have autoresponders. We can actually program and pre-write all the emails to be sent out at a specific given time or a follow-up sequence. That's canned. But they still will get that message. So write back to them, ask questions, get in their face. So these are some suggestions just to start. Like, I mean, there's thousands of leaders out there. You're not, like, again, you're not going to go willy-nilly. These are just some of my favorites that I've really gotten value from. So Nick Hogner, Todd Falcone, Michelle Pesco-Salido, Diane Hockman, she's a huge one. I would get on her list for sure. Cesar Rodriguez, and I'm not sure why my bullet points are kind of all wonky there, but Ray and Jessica Higdon, Matthew Harris, and like I said, there's thousands out there to choose from. Just come across someone, and again, very, very important that you don't just grab onto any leader. You want to grab onto a leader that's going to teach you something that you're going to resonate with and something that you're going to get value in and learn from. If you don't, then it's going to be all in vain and you're going to be opening up emails galore and not really getting any value out of them. So these are just a couple of my favorites. So how do we reach out to the leaders? And why? Why would we want to? Well, if you want what they have, you must do what they do. And that's a famous quote out there. I have no idea where it started, but I'm sure all of you guys on here have heard this. If you want what they have, you must do what they do. So that's where it's important to reach out to the leaders that you resonate with. Okay, if they have the same path that you want to take, you're going to want to get on that same path. Who best to reach out to but those who have once been where you are, risen above, and persevered to gain their success. And you will hear almost every single person in the industry, the leaders, tell their stories about how they started out desolate. Matthew Harris, he talks about, and this is all public knowledge, I'm not giving away any secrets, but he talks about how him and Eileen, they had nothing left to sell. It was, okay, it's do or die. We've either got to make this work or we've got to think of plan B because we have nothing left to sell, to invest into our business. Ray Higdon, another public information, foreclosure. like he was about to lose his house. They've all been where we are, and I say we because I'm still there as well. And yeah, we've got to persevere, and we've got to reach out to those who've been there so that we can get the encouragement and get the training from them to do that for ourselves. So how are we going to do that? So if you've branded yourself well and you are using the same profile across the board, you will stand out. It's a guarantee. And I'm sure, and I'm a little confession here, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it, but you know, even you know, on Facebook, your picture, if you have a very good picture and it's everywhere and people are noticing it, I've had people come out and say, oh, I seen you play games on Facebook. Okay, well, that's not something that you want people to know, but that's like, people see my picture. And you've seen, like, some of you guys who play or whatever on Facebook, that's on my break, by the way, but some of you guys who've seen my picture, it's tiny. But you could tell, like, I mean, if you follow me or you've seen my picture here, there, and everywhere, it's not very hard to pick that picture out. So you need to stand out. And you have to be careful, again, because it could be in a negative way too. So when you are watching live webinars, make sure to leave comments in the chat box. And a lot of you guys, sometimes they don't show up for whatever reason. I don't know, the little gremlins come and steal the gravatars, but your picture comes up. So leave a comment. Like, you're not going to talk about something irrelevant. Leave a compliment, interact with the group. But that picture is going to, again, make you stand out. They're going to see that picture and they're like, oh, I recognize that picture in, you know, Ray Higdon's group or on the Mastermind Fever team. Oh, wow, I should reach out to them. So leave those leave comments, communicate, interact. And it wasn't until actually I started interacting with people that I really saw personal growth, because it really motivated me to keep going. Oh, I got something. Someone's trying to get a hold of me. When you are visiting their blogs, make sure to leave comments. And again, your gravatar, if you sign in with Facebook, or even if you don't sign up with Facebook, your gravatar will show. But leave questions, leave compliments, ask questions. This will put you in their face and they will recognize you. And you know what? I've had one of the industry leaders, and I can't remember who exactly it was. I think it was actually Diane Hockman that mentioned, you know, she says, I know who follows me and who really wants to learn from me based on their interaction in the group. So some of you guys who are on, I know some of you guys are in her group as well. So you may have seen that post that she did. But people will know if you're really serious, and if you reach out to them so many times, they're going to see you as someone who really, really wants to learn. And those are the ones that they're going to want to grab onto. They're going to want to grab onto the ones who want the information, who want the value, and are going to turn around and use it to reteach others. Interact appropriately and respectfully, and we'll get into this more specifically in the etiquette section, but you're going to want to interact with on their Facebook fan page. Again, that gravatar, your little picture, is going to stand out. Respond to their emails. It's always good to create a gravatar, and this is just a free, I don't get any, it's not an affiliate link or anything, but if you have not created a gravatar, which is basically a little thumbnail picture that you can, it becomes kind of your little profile picture for signing into emails and all sorts of things. But go to gravatar.com and create one. I believe it's free. I'm sure that you could probably upgrade and get a premium like most of them, but very, very simple, easy to do steps. This is also, the gravatar is also good for emailing your list. Some of the email providers will actually allow you to upload your gravatar into your thing, so you can have a signature down in your signature. Send them random personalized notes of appreciation for the value they've provided you. And this again is going to be, it's not only going to motivate them to keep going, but it's also again going to get you noticed, that you are one that loves the value that they're giving, and they're going to want to give it to you that much more. Okay, so just a random email, you know what, I just want to say thank you so much. You've been so instrumental. And actually, I sent Nick Hobner one not too long ago, just before Christmas, and you know, just to let him know that I've learned so much from him, even though he has no idea at that point who I even was. But I got so much value from him. And what would you do if someone reached out to you and said, you know, I've been following you and I'm so grateful for what you do, the value that you give, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, would that not motivate you to keep going? Like, I know I've received some of those messages, and man, that's what we're here for. You know, if you are into attraction marketing and giving value, that is what we're here for. So send them an appreciation message. And if financially, the most effective way to get the most direct support from the leaders is to purchase their products. And again, Jessica Higdon, Nick Hobner, most of their products come with one-on-one coaching, like a 60-minute coaching session, or I think Jessica Higdon has a 90-day email communication available. You know, a lot of them have one-on-one support, and that's where investing in your education comes in very, very nicely, because you do get that extra added value. They really go into depth and teach you all their little hidden secrets. Some, and again, some have bonuses attached. So what's the proper etiquette? So you're not going to just go, you don't want to be that, you know, I think I can't remember if I put that in one of my ads, but you know, the whole term, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Well, they do, but they're also very annoying. You do not want to be the squeaky wheel. You don't want to be the one going in and hollering and making yourself, oh, pick me, and here I am, you know, hi group. And you don't want to be that annoying person. But so there's kind of some do's and don'ts, in my opinion. And again, this is all my opinion. So when interacting on Facebook fan pages, on their blogs, do not use the sites to self-promote. And this is, like I said back when I was talking about Todd, like, yeah, you don't want to go in there and you don't want to promote yourself either business or personally. You don't want to be putting your Facebook link on there at all. This is strictly for the sense of community, for getting support within the community. If you want to pitch a business or personal, you're going to want to reach out to those people individually. So no links to your personal blogs, business opportunities, and if asked, again, make sure that you send a private message. Use the site only to reach out and receive value and support. And this is a big one. No using their pictures in their ads unless you have permission to do so. And again, I contacted Aurore to ask if I can use her picture, and there was a couple other people that I've used their pictures in my blog posts or whatnot, and I've asked permission to do so. So make sure that you're not using those pictures. You see it all the time. You know, somebody's, an industry leader's picture there, but the ad is definitely not from them, and it's not their product. It's not their, they don't have any connection or tie to whatever that person is advertising. They're simply doing it to get people to look, because people watch the industry leaders. So do not do that. So how do we advance from being a follower to a leader? So the cycle of education is we learn, we teach, we learn, we teach, we learn, we teach. You only have to be one step ahead of someone else looking for the same information that, to be a leader. No one knows you are new except you. So all you need to be is that one step ahead of somebody else, and you can then turn around and put yourself in a leadership position. So use those emails from the leaders, use the support that you're getting, any little tidbit that they give you, any little golden nugget, you turn around, you use it to reteach someone. And that goes, that robbing and duplicating. blog posts, Facebook statuses. So there's I've heard it a couple different ways. I've heard a 80-20 rule. I like the 70-20-10 rule. So 70 is 70% is fun, entertaining, you know, pictures, your family, personal stuff. 20% is value, teaching stuff that you've learned, maybe a link to somebody else's blog or a video or something that you learned from, and 10% is pitching your business. Don't go over that 10%. The 70-20 can fluctuate because they're kind of closely related, but don't go over that 10% rule. So basically, out of 10 posts, 7 is going to be fun, 2 is going to be teaching, 1 is going to be a link to your blog or a link to your opportunity. You're going to use the information or you're going to use stuff that you learn to create team training. So if you have an offline business, you can create great meetings, weekly meetings based on the information that you're learning, product creation, etc. So that's how you can advance from a follower to a leader. So basically, putting it all together, so if you're going to walk away with anything out of this training, let it be that it's okay to ride on the coattails, and I don't mean like, you know, be annoying and grab onto everything and copy everything that everybody wants to do. You don't want to be a copycat, but this is only acceptable if you are working towards becoming a leader yourself. Then you're going to want to branch off, and you are no longer going to want to associate yourself with them, or I guess that doesn't make sense, but you're going to create your own identity, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. So by that I mean, if you hang out where all the leaders you resonate with do, and you have branded yourself well, you will eventually be seen as an authority figure in the industry. And it's going to be by simple association coupled with all the value, the training, the teaching that you are providing back to the community. So that is how we go about leveraging the industry leaders. So it's not, you know, using their pictures to make our ads stand out. It's not copying everything they do and being annoying, and, you know, it's basically you being seen inside their circles to become a standout in the industry yourself. And I hope that makes sense. So lastly, I want to just give a huge shout out to Aurore Jones and Lydia Brown and the whole Mastermind Fever team and or community. And I don't know how many, like, again, I can't see the chat, so I'm not sure how many of our Mastermind Fever community we have. I know we have lots outside of this community, and I'm very grateful for you too, but the Mastermind Fever community has literally changed my life. And I just want to say a huge thanks to Aurora and Lydia for the group that they've provided. You guys are truly amazing and such an inspiration, and I personally am so glad that I get to work with you guys on a more personal level. And please invite your friends to come join our community. We have fun, I think, anyway. So I hope you got value out of this. I hope you got some little tidbits. It was kind of basic, only because I created it when I was still just learning. So, but I hope you got some value out of it, and we'll go back to you, Lydia.
Awesome, awesome. I love it. Thank you so much, Carrie. You know, we have so many people on, and it took me a while. I couldn't get the chat to show the name, so I'm sorry in the opening I didn't get to individually thank you all. But Dee Dee's here, and Cheryline, and who else is on here? Some people, I'm going to mess up your name. You're going to be so angry with me. Andrea, Rebecca, Benjamin, thank you. Marva, Carmen, Venkata, Tim, Pappy Lo. How do you say her name? She has such a pretty name.
Oh, and I know.
I'm messing it up terribly. Forgive me in advance. Don't kick me out your group.
And she says it so beautifully. If you've listened to her videos, you have a beautiful name, and I think you know who we're talking about.
I'm going to pull her out right now. Come on out and say your name. I'm going to pull her out if this button lets me. Add person to Hangout. Is she out there?
I see her. Yeah, Carrie, lots of value. Great job, she just wrote. Thank you very much.
I hit the button so that she could speak, but did it allow her to?
You know what? It might give a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
So you guys got value, and that's great. And I hope you guys implement some of the things, because I still see some people out there that don't have a very good uniform brand. Oh,
There she is. Hi.
Oh.
Pappy Low. She has a beautiful name. I just love the way it looks spelled out. I want to learn how to pronounce it correctly.
Hi.
Oh, hello. Welcome.
Hi, Poppy Loa.
Happy Loa. So I was making it harder than it is.
No worries.
It always sounds like music when you say it.
Thank you. Yeah, or you can call me Poppy if it's easier.
I'll go for that, Poppy. So what did you think of the webinar tonight? How'd you like it? Is this your first Mastermind Fever webinar?
It is. Yes, this is my first, and I loved it.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I thought the things, you know, I jumped on a little bit late, and I caught most of what Carrie was saying, but really great tips. They're basic, but they're so important to know and do, and, you know, some of the stuff about not using the photos of the leaders in your ads, those things so important, you know, and that brands you as a professional. So really great info.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. We also have Alex Davis here visiting Carrie. And Tony Coleman Brown was on. She said, you're an awesome lady and you're going to go far. She loved your message.
See, and that's why we do what we do. Hey, that feedback, that just spurs me on to keep going. It's awesome.
Exactly. Exactly. Poppy.
Yes.
Still there? Tell everyone where. Can you put the link to your group in the chat? She has an awesome group. If you have a fan page and you really want to get some traction, because Facebook is really making it hard for us, this young lady has created a group that's really making some changes. I'm getting more reach on my post on my fan page than when I boost it, just from what we have going on with her group.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, awesome. I love it. I'll definitely grab the link now to share it. It's Fan Page Support Squad, and we just help other entrepreneurs that want more reach, organic reach on their page to get that. We comment, we support each other. I'll definitely throw that link up right now.
Great. Thank you so much, and thanks for coming out with us.
Absolutely. Thank you. Great webinar.
Thank you.
Thank you. If anyone has any questions for Carrie or myself, please put it in the chat and I'll see it. But you know what resonated with me so much, because you're dead on your message, and I just wrote some things down that you mentioned. Edifying the leaders, one way too, and I think you went a little bit into it, that I like to do, is particularly if I've used their product and they're posting something and promoting it. Now, I may not be an affiliate of their product because I don't like to go into affiliate overload for myself, but if I've used that product, I will go in and post about something I learned from the ebook or just using the service or what have you, and what it did for me, because I believe in helping. And they appreciate it, because I think sometimes we put the leaders up on a pedestal and we forget that they're human, and they do enjoy and need to hear some encouragement from other people to let them know, hey, you're not out there. Just because they've learned the art of making money does not mean that this human being does not get nervous every time they go on the stage.
Exactly. And
or have negative self-talk every time they release a new product, you know?
You never know when those people are sitting there thinking, why am I doing what I do? Like, I don't think I want to do it anymore. But then you get that email that says, oh, this has been fantastic, and you've really made an impact in my life. That is going to get them out of bed every morning. And it doesn't matter if you've bought their products, like Lydia said. Reach out. If you've seen a video or a blog post of somebody's, comment below. Tell them how much value you've got out of it. And send them that personal email.
They will know. Don't worry about if they don't respond directly to you. But with time, I've had a few leaders send me a message just to thank me for something, or then start commenting back to my message to their comments, because it's the consistency. They notice who's following them around, and then notice what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to the Live the Dream event, and I went up and spoke to Diane Hockman. I've been following her for years back when she was on Ning. And she was like, I know you.
Yeah.
and I wasn't expecting to hear that. And I could tell by her feedback beyond that statement, yep, she knew me. She knew when I was on, and she knew when I was off, you know. And we can edify leaders, and you will want your followers to do that too. To help you along the way. And it's not all about the dollars. It's about supporting them by comments, and not just because you see Ray Hagden make a post and just go, hey Ray, you know, that's kind of like saying, see me, pick me.
Exactly.
You know, go really think about it. You don't have to jump on and make a comment the first thing. Really look at what the person posts, see what resonates with you, and don't be afraid to ask a question if you need some understanding. Where can I get clarity on that in your ebook or your whatever, blah, blah, you know, something like that. And the other thing, you mentioned about the Facebook fan page. I wrote a note, and something had popped out to me earlier today, so I wanted to mention it. The timeline pictures, many people don't have a description there.
Yeah.
And people click that picture. Many people don't have a link, and you shouldn't be long, but just say a little something about what to expect with that link and put it there. And then the little profile picture right next to your timeline cover, you click on that on a lot of people pages, they don't have anything, a description there. There should be a message with a link, brief.
Yeah,
but
just very brief.
People click those. Particularly if they like your picture, they will click it. For some reason, people click on pictures. So, and then there's nothing about you, and they just go away.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, one or two sentences, because if you post too much, and you want to make sure you put all your important stuff at the beginning, if you are going to post more than what's going to be visible.
Exactly.
You're going to want to make sure that it's whatever you have visible is eye-catching, that it's going to stick out, and people are going to want to click it to hear more about what you do. And that's why we put the link at the very, very beginning. And I wish I'm going to have to go back and change mine now. But yeah, you've got to put that link right at the beginning, and something that's going to draw people to you within that first one or two sentences. That'll help.
And the part about You Inc. is so important. And I wish someone had taught me that even my first year, but my sponsors were teaching me about branding products and companies. The thing is that if you're promoting XYZ all over your page, and that's the big logo on your page or your profile, well, someone who might have had a bad experience with it will turn away and won't get to know you. Someone who'll just say, okay, I know that's all what she's about, that's all she's into, and I'm going to go away. Nothing to let them get interested in you. And then when they see you other places, they'll assume that's still all that you're about. But when you create a following and people like you and they trust you, you can leave one business and go to another, and people will follow you because they trust your word.
Yep.
It won't even mean anything to them that you left another company. They'll think, I trust her decisions. She made must have made the right move, and I'm going to follow her. And it's that company could disappear, and it's happened to many. So it's all about you, and that should have been one of the first things that I would have loved to have been taught in the beginning. And I definitely, when I coach people, I go, get that logo off your What are you doing? I don't even see a picture of you, and why is that tiger in your profile? Show your face.
Yeah, exactly.
Get your ego out the way. I don't do business with people who won't show their picture. Yeah. That's just me. I don't know what you're hiding. I understand. But I don't discriminate. I don't care if you're in a wheelchair, crutches. I don't care if you're green.
As long as it's you.
As long as it's you. I mean, it could be a phony picture, but give me some sense of comfortability. And if all you're showing is your cat forever, it doesn't make me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know. So
the other bad thing is, or negative thing is I see a lot of people changing their profile pictures all the time. So one day you're going to follow them and they have a picture of something, and then the next time you see, like, they're constantly changing their profile pictures. You are never going to get noticed if you change your profile picture. Like, keep your profile picture, like, on your personal page. If you're not using your personal page for promotion, like for promoting you Inc., then go ahead, change your profile pictures. But for the purpose of branding, you want to make sure that you keep your profile picture. And if you're going to want to change your brand by any measure, do it in stages so that people can still find you and recognize you. Don't make big changes.
Right. I usually change mine only if I make a drastic hair change. Mm-hmm. So people could recognize me, particularly since I'm being on webinars. Yep. I followed this woman for a year. It was so funny. And I thought she was this young girl, really beautiful and everything. And then we got on a webinar. The lady was my age. She was my age group. She had just as much gray hair as me, and I was like, wait a minute, what happened to the young chick?
Exactly. So yeah, very important to keep those profile pictures uniform.
Google Hangouts ruined that for people. You can't hide.
You can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide.
Exactly. Well, I would love to have any of you to join the Mastermind Fever group anytime. And it's a pitch free. And when we say pitch free, we mean pitch free. Talk to some of our members. And a lot of people have grown, and we love the active participation. We just finished having a 30-day video blog challenge, right? Mm-hmm. And we're about to kick off another one, which starts tomorrow, and Carrie is the coordinator. So if you want to join us, we didn't want to exclude bloggers or V-bloggers, so we said, let's all do it. Post what you have. And if you want to join the group, I posted the link, or you can connect with myself or Carrie, who's also an admin, and come in and check us out. There are people in there from all different industries, health, MLSP, Empower, everything. Like us, we don't discriminate. Come on in. We're about supporting each other's growth and being successful, because people need people. You cannot do this alone, and you don't have to. And many of us are tired of the stigma because it affects all of us. There's nothing wrong with network marketing and MLM if the people you reach and connect with behind it have principles. Mm-hmm. And we're against the stigma, and we want to make sure that all the people that are coming online have an honest chance to help themselves and their family and do things the right way. And I'm seeing people accelerate that are new, talking about they've been on the internet for like a month, grow and do things the right way like I never seen happen before when I got involved in 2005, and that's because there's a movement going on. This is real. This isn't about I think I decided I'll have a home business online. There are people who don't have a choice. This is their last chance. That it's really bottom line. This is my last chance. So I'm so glad that all of us have principles. We have a lot of integrity as professionals. So join us if you like, and if you don't want to join another group, if you think you have a great message and would like to be a presenter on a webinar for us, we love that. I'll let you know up front, we don't encourage sales at the end because we like the pitch-free atmosphere. But we would love for you to get the message across, and when they love you, they'll find you anyway and see what you have to offer. So have a good night, everyone. And Carrie's going to post in the group about the challenge that starts tomorrow. So you make your video or your blog post tonight. Any last words, Carrie?
Just real quick so that you kind of can prepare for tomorrow, because some of us with different time zones, it's hard sometimes if you say, you know, by midnight Eastern time, and it's hard to wrap your head. So what you can post in there is one video, one blog, or one article. Like, so you can post, if they're all about the same topic, that's fine, but you can only do one of each day.
Right.
So get working on your blogs, get working on your videos.
Good to go.
Yeah.
And let's hope that Aurore Jones feels better, and she'll be with us Monday. We'll probably see her in the group. She can't stay away too long.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks, Poppy, for letting us pull you in.
Thank you, Poppy.
Thank you. Great webinar. Great webinar. Thank you.
Okay. Take care. Good night.
Good night.